But the hottest story coming out of the Olympics right now is Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah.
If you haven't been aware of what's going on because you've been under the rock and you only tune into the One Stop Podcast for your official sports entertainment, Sha'Carri tested positive for marijuana probably about a week ago or something like that.
Marijuana.
Yes, it's tested positive for marijuana, and she received a 1-month ban from running in the Olympics. And it's been some outrage. It's been people that felt a certain way about it. And we the One Stop Podcast is on our show, so we're gonna talk about this a little bit. Bro, what do you think about the situation?
Okay, so I actually went up and down about this a few times, right? I had different emotions about it because on one hand, I'm like, yo, are you kidding me, man? Like, are we really popping her for marijuana? Like, come on, man. This like I could see if it was a performance enhancing drug, right? But it's marijuana. Like right now, it's so many dispensaries in this world. The government's making so much money off, and it's not like the Olympics was trying to suspend her. It's the USA team that suspended her. So I'm like, yo, are you kidding me? Like nobody would have fought them if they would have sat back and like, I get it. It's marijuana. We ain't doing that here. We ain't doing that here, right? But then I'm like, she's a young adult, and it's an unfortunate situation for her cause for like trying to ease her pain, just losing her mother. And I lost my mom, so I get it. So I feel for her pain, and people deal with things the way they deal with things. She had probably taken a drink. Well, drinking is worse than having marijuana. That just is what it is, to be honest. So I hate the fact that the weed is the way she had to cope with it, and it kind of like derailed her career. But I feel like the USA should have, like, this is one of the ones I feel like it should have been like, we're not even testing for marijuana, and it wasn't even like it wasn't a big, like we've seen people get tested for like get popped for like steroid use and still go to the Olympics. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I was hoping that the USA did the right thing in my eyes, but I guess according to them, they did because they got a rule. She broke it, which is why when she went on a talk show and she accepted her wrong, I respect that. And she shouts out to her because she ain't trying to, saying like this and this. She accepted her responsibility. She know what she did. But I do feel like that's fucked up that they're not letting her do the relay. Like, she's the best runner they got. You're not gonna let her do the relay. You're not gonna let her do the 4x4, and that her suspension would have been over by then. Now that's when it seemed kind of personal to me. That's when it felt personal to me. Like her suspension is up in a month, and you're not gonna let her do the relay. That's when it felt personal to me. But I'm not mad at the fact that they got a rule, they enforced their rule. But it seemed personal when you're not letting her do the relay, and she only suspended for a month, and she would have been able to do it. And the fact that we've known people who pop for like steroids and still got a chance to go. That's my take.
So I'll tell you one of the things that, and this is a little different, right? One of the things that people brought up immediately was Michael Phelps and when he was out there. But the thing about Michael Phelps is they saw him smoking a bong. He never tested positive for marijuana. And the USA, and so he got tested in an off year where it wasn't the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there's only every 3-4 years has happened. So Olympics was in 16, it's happened in 19 or something like that, I think, or 18 or something like that. So he missed a little.
But isn't it a no? Sorry to cut y'all, but isn't it a no tolerance rule? So it doesn't matter.
It's all discretionary. So he got suspended for 3 months from competing in events. But guess what? In the Olympics, the events are few falling in between. So it's like you suspending a baseball pitcher for 10 games. He only gonna miss a game or two, depending on what it is. You understand what I'm saying?
If you're a college player and you're doing AAU, right? Like, okay, all right, let's say even the NBA. The NBA will suspend you. Like, you can get suspended for something during the offseason and you can't participate in something, and the NBA will still come around and suspend you for the first 5 games or something if you did something that kind of doesn't make the character of the league, right? So if you're the Olympics, you still look at, okay, well, that still was something he did. Like, we know he did it. It still should have been a suspension at the beginning of it, right? I mean, I don't know.
So here's the thing: different leagues, different rules. all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so one of the things that I stand by, but let's say we're an entitled ass country. We feel like the world revolves around what we're doing, what we got going on. It's 260 other countries out there. They all have their own rules. They have their own laws. And even in America, only 19 states are actually have legal marijuana laws. You know what I'm saying? So out of a whole country, over half our countries don't have marijuana laws. You know what I'm saying? Like it's illegal. And so you go to some country like Tokyo, it's against the law to smoke marijuana there. And they got very different strict drug rules or whatever it is. Who knows what would have happened when she went to Tokyo? It's one of those things where you don't want to see it happen to her. But if you're going to play in the sandbox, you got to know the rules. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm sure all these Olympics know, and high school kids and athletes at a higher level know that if I test positive for something, it's a possibility I may not get to compete, whether it's a marijuana, performance enhancement, blood doping, steroids, you know what I'm saying? That comes with the territory. So I feel like we live in a society where we want to just say it ain't that serious. And I don't think marijuana is that serious. But if it's on a ban list and you test positive for it, what do you want me to do? Rules are set in place. Let's say that they let her do it, right? And next Olympic come around, you got 10, 15 people say, well, you let her test positive, they all gonna have a case. So you still have to set a standard in how you evaluate your athletes. Is it sad? She's 18. She'll get a chance to run 2-3 more times probably in Olympics. Will we probably see her in her prime then? Probably not. But that's the risk that she take. Is unfortunate, like you said, that it happened that way. But that's just what it is, man. And at the end of the day, we can't be trying to get people. We can't be trying to pass people for a class if they fail. Like, no, dog, you got a 67. You was kind of close, but you still failed.
Well, look, again, though, we got to give her credit because she's not asking.
Exactly.
We got to make that known, right? Because
she's owning up to what she did.
Yeah, people like to people we're arguing amongst each other, right? How we feel, but she's taking that responsibility. So I don't want people to act like she's like asking for special treatment or something like that. But I saw one of our followers said that if I get tested positive at my job, I'm fired. Well, not if you're the CEO. Not if you're that important to that job. I guarantee, right? I can honestly guarantee if you're the shit at your job where they can't lose you and you pop for a test,
they might you ain't going work something out for you.
You ain't going nowhere. And that's what I'm saying with her, right? She's the best opportunity we've had in years to actually win the 100. Right now, we already know Jamaica got this in the bag, right? It's a full-blown conclusion. Jamaica got this in the bag. Now, again, my problem is the relay. Because now it seems you punished her. Boom. You gave her a month. Again, it's marijuana. And where she tested positive at, it's legal to smoke weed in that state, right? And again, you say Tokyo got new rules, but to my understanding, it's not Tokyo that's punishing her.
It's the U.S. It's the U.S.
Right. So it seems personal when you're also not allowing her to be in a relay. So I get the whole if I'm tested positive. Look, if I'm tested positive at my job, I know I'm going. But I ain't my team lead. Like my team lead, Tasha, if she's tested positive or something, I can 100% guarantee she ain't going nowhere because she know everything about the department we run. She know more than our superior. So she ain't going nowhere. I hate to throw a name in that, but that's just a scenario. But I know for a fact she ain't going nowhere because we can't function without her.
Listen,
it's just what it is.
The USA ain't fired Sha'Carri. They said, listen, you got a slap on the wrist. Like, had this happened 2 months ago, her suspension probably would have looked differently.
Yeah, but they losing. But look, they're losing out on production. Your job ain't gonna allow you to lose out on production. They ain't gonna lose out on production because you smoke marijuana in a regular job. So we can't compare a regular job because at the end of the day, compared to what she do for track, it's like being that top salesperson in a job.
So you know what? And I'm gonna tell you how they look at this, right? They look at this from a standpoint of some of the best athletes we've seen come through the NBA and NFL. And we was like, yo, that's kind of cool. Whatever happened to them, whether it's barring injury, them missing games or what, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody else will break this time. We'll get after this later. And that's a stubborn act. So it's not a long leash to get after this. Was she the only person that could probably compete right now? Probably so.
No, she's it, bro.
Yeah,
ain't nobody else coming close to Jamaica. But you know what? I wish she had another. I wish she was like Haitian or something like that, right? Or maybe half Jamaican or something like that. Because if she was allowed, like if she had dual citizenship somewhere, she could have been like, okay, I ain't running for the U.S. and went to somewhere like Jamaica and killed, right? Which Jamaica don't need her. But how crazy would the U.S. have looked if she was able to do that? Now, this is just something.
Listen, to be honest, you expect the U.S. to get something right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is I promise you, man. Now watch next year. I promise you, next year or maybe the year after, weed is gonna be. They're not even gonna be testing for it anymore. And this girl, like her first time making the Olympics, she breaking record in 100. We needed her, and again, she didn't do anything performance enhancing. I seen one article where it said,
"Hey, you know what?"
But hold on, I saw one article that said that weed's supposed to help her run faster. Really?
I don't know nobody that smoked weed and ran faster. But I'll be honest.
I mean, and got up and moved faster.
Hey, who knows though? Like, listen, I listened to it was Shannon Sharp. He was talking about one of his boys that he played football with. He didn't say his name, right? He was like, man, this joke used to get up there and smoke cigarettes in the middle of practice and after it. And he's probably one of the fastest dudes we ever seen on the team. He was like, it didn't slow him down. It did nothing. I don't know. I thought it helped him. I mean, but that's anecdotal from a Shannon Sharp standpoint, one thing. But I don't see weed making her faster.
I would say, bro, weed and cigarette is a totally different animal. I've seen cats smoke a pack of cigarettes and still have full conversation. I've seen niggas smoke one blunt. I've seen cats smoke one blunt and they're zombies.
Yeah, no, they're totally two different things.
That's
but
what I'm saying, man.
Listen, I don't know. It's unfortunate that happened to her, you know what I'm saying? But she made the bed, she got to lay in it, you know what I'm saying? So you got to take whatever comes with it. And honestly, I feel like the only time America is united is around Olympics anyway. So it don't matter. Listen,
I can tell you one thing.
We'll be back to hating each other in 2 weeks.
That's a fact. But in all honesty, I'm not even excited about this Olympics. I'll be keeping 100 with
I'm watching it.
I'm not like in all honesty, she's one who I want to see in track and field. Now I do want to see the girl from Chucktown. What's her name? The one that threw the joint and
Raven? I can't
remember her name, but I want to see her for sure. But yeah, I'm not even excited about the Olympics. I'm not excited about the basketball team. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, shouts out for her for taking ownership. And, I wish her well, man. I hope she come back in 3 or 4 years, however they're going to do it. And I hope she got
a chance. She got a chance to buzz back on it. We'll see. Listen,